we're talking tomatoes, the wonderful world of my favorite fruit, although some people think it's a vegetable, tomatoes. Welcome to Gussied Up. Today we are making my rustic tomato tart. It starts with a crust. I'm making it using my food processor. If you don't have a food processor, it's okay. You can use like a pastry cutter. This just makes it way easier. 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of sugar, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And 1 stick of cold butter. What you're trying to do is keep your butter super, super cold. That is gonna create a flaky crust. You want the butter to be chopped up to about the size of a piece of rice, so just pulse it a few times. So, in any food processor, there's this little drip tube that allows you to slowly add the water to your dough. I'm gonna add in 4 tablespoons of water, and then I'm gonna mix just until it comes together. Magic! Done. See how it came together? Perfect. That's what you're looking for. Now, we're just gonna put this in a little bit of plastic wrap and give it a little smush. Boop, boop, boop. And then this goes into your refrigerator for about 15 minutes until it's nice and cold, and you can roll it out, and it gives a little bit, but it's not quite so warm. Just a little bit, just 15 minutes will make all the difference. Know what I mean? So while our dough is getting nice and cold, we can start caramelizing our onions. We're gonna put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil and then 2 onions. So typically it's get your pan hot, put your oil in, let that get hot, then put in your ingredients. But we don't wanna hear sizzle right now. We're wanting to kind of melt these onions down. We want them all the way coated in the oil. Now we just kind of let them alone for a minute, okay? You kind of let the heat start doing its work, start breaking down that onion. If you want, add in a little bit of salt. This will help to bring the moisture out of the onions and start to break it down. We want this to happen slowly. We want this to happen over a gentle heat. A little trick to make it go faster is you cover your pan with a lid so that everything starts steaming inside of there. Let those little bad boys steam for a second, and then every couple of minutes, give them a stir. And while we're waiting on these onions to caramelize, it's a perfect time for a song. Tomatoes, we're talking about tomatoes. We're talking about grill 'em, eat 'em, y'all. I love tomato. Couldn't nail it. We got a whole episode to perfect that song, y'all. Okay, look at that. So see what's happening in there? You're getting all that condensation coming up to the top. That means they're steaming. Great. Every couple of minutes, give them a stir. Put the lid back on. We're gonna do this a few times until they really have just turned like spreadable and pliable, and they've just given up against the confines of rigidity. You just want an onion that's like, what's up, lazy days? Hey, I could just hang here and not hang here all day. Okay, y'all ready? Look at these. Boom. Done. They are sincerely going to just melt in your mouth. They're just gonna dissolve. All right, now, I'm gonna let those cool for a little bit while we roll out our dough. And then y'all, it's time to build a tart, because then we still have to bake it. This dough has been cooling for about 15 minutes. Ooh, see? Look at it now. You can see that you kind of really have to put some of your muscle behind it. We're ready to roll out our dough. A little bit of flour onto your surface, enough that nothing's gonna stick, and then a little bit on the top and a little bit on your rolling pin. We're doing a rustic tart, so it doesn't have to be perfect. If I'm ever in a hurry, I just buy a pie crust from the grocery store. And when you add in these like melted onions and gorgeous tomatoes and all the cheese, you know, it still tastes very, very delicious. And so if making pie crust is gonna keep you from making this recipe, just buy the pie crust. It's fine. I have a cookie sheet lined with parchment. I'm just gonna unfold this pie crust onto here. Set that aside while you cut up your tomatoes. Okay, let's make our filling. Whenever I'm making a tomato tart, I wanna ensure that there's a ton of tomato flavor. So I take 3 tablespoons of tomato paste and I stir in 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. We also have a half a cup of Parmesan cheese or vegan Parmesan cheese. Both of them work. And then 1 cup of a soft cheese. So you're looking for something that's like a Monterey Jack or a Fontina. Something that just melts really well. Again, feel free to use one of the plant-based alternatives. They melt gorgeous in this. So mix those 2 little angels together. And now let's talk tomatoes. So Roma tomatoes, they're a delightful little tomato. They're not very expensive at the farmer's market ever. They're also not very expensive at the grocery store, and you can always find them, right? So just slice those little angels up about 1/4 inch thick. I'm gonna slice up some cherries. So I love a little sun gold. This is like a beautiful little cherry tomato. We also have this like purple Cherokee grape tomato, and then the Roma. Look how pretty they are all together. So I take my tomato paste and I'm gonna spread it out all over the entire crust, kind of to the edges, and that's gonna it's gonna seal it down. Put down half of your cheese. You're gonna leave about 1 inch of crust, okay? Because what's gonna happen is we're gonna fold that up over top of all the tomatoes after we've built this. Just make it look like a pizza. But don't worry, in the end, it doesn't taste like a pizza. This is amazing. Tomatoes are fun. Now it's time to spread out our onions. Just put those onto the cheese and spread it out gently. So now the onions are down and we go in with half of our thyme, the rest of our cheese, a little bit more thyme, a little bit of pepper, and then it's tomato layering time. And now roll that crust up around the edge. And you just kind of roll and press, kind of just fold it up over all the tomatoes and just press it together so any moisture kind of gets trapped in there. And then I brush the crust with an egg wash. That just makes sure it browns really beautifully. Look at that. You guys, this is perfect for lunch. It's perfect for dinner. It's perfect for breakfast. It's just a gorgeous recipe. Bake it off 350 for about 60 to 70 minutes until the bottom is crispy and the edges are golden brown. Look at how gorgeous this is. Now just to bump up that pretty, this is thyme, just like we put inside of it, except for these are thyme flowers. You could also put any herbs. Again, if you don't want to use thyme and you love basil, this is beautiful with basil. It's also gorgeous with oregano, or it's very, very delicious with chives. I'm letting it cool down for 10 seconds before I try it. That's it. That's all I can handle. Okay. Just slide the tart gently off. Oh, look at how golden the crust is. That means it's gonna be a little bit crunchy, but also delicate. It's zippy, it's tangy. There's a really nice balance of acidity against the creaminess of the cheese. Plus you have a buttery crust that is so delicate and crunchy. It is a gorgeous balance of herbs and tomatoes and summertime flavor that I am addicted to. I'll see y'all next time when we gussy up something else.